Hey, this is Daniel Norton. I'm up here in Bear Mountain with the Fujifilm GF30mm F3.5 lens. This is a great small lens for the GFX system, basically Fuji's medium format system. I've got the GFX50R with me. This can also, of course, be used on the 100, which resolves perfectly fine with this lens. So this is equivalent to a 24mm in your kind of full frame world. So it's a great kind of wide angle lens without being super wide. It's great for this kind of walk around and shoot. I can open up to 3.5 when I'm kind of in the shadowy areas or I want to shallow depth of field. I can close down to f32 when I want deeper landscapes. So we've been walking around doing all kinds of fun shots today. We went down by the river and shot some kind of long exposure stuff. I've just been kind of seeing interesting details and shooting them. And really, what's great about this is I just throw it over my shoulder and I can just walk around. It's so small, so lightweight. It's great for this. So we wanted to get some kind of fun shots by the river down here. Of course, I got all kinds of detail shots and everything, and I was able to get some cool shots of the river, just kind of pointing the lens, you know, and framing it up and shooting it. But what I wanted to get was that really smooth, glassy water look that you sometimes see. And the way that you achieve that is by doing pretty long exposures. So for this, even though, like I said, you can easily walk around with just this camera, I brought some gear. I brought the Peak Design carbon fiber tripod. It's like carrying nothing really, but it gives you nice support. And it's small. You can move the legs all around to get in the awkward positions that you inevitably find yourself in. So that was super useful. I also had with me the Polar Pro Summit filter kit, and with that I'm using the polarizing filter, the circular polarizer, I should say, to kind of get a little more blue in the sky, and I'm also using the very, very dense ND filter. That's allowing me to get basically a 2 to 4 minute exposure. So the way we do this is I get everything set up on the tripod, I frame everything up, and what's kind of cool too is this lens has very minimal breathing, so once you set this thing up, if you do want to use your autofocus, it's not going to change your framing at all. You lock in your focus, we get our exposure set, we make a shot, it looks good. Then we're going to do a little math once we stick the filter in there to open up for those 10 stops that the filter gives us, which gives us a tremendously long exposure. You know, you can have lunch, drink some water, read a book, go see a movie, whatever you're going to do during that time period. But you shoot these really long exposures and you get this kind of glassy water effect. So in use, this lens was great. You know, I mean, I've used a bunch of the Fuji lenses with this camera. This one is just like those. Awesome. You know, I love the tactile feel of being able to change my aperture here. The close focus is good. The autofocus is fast. You can obviously switch to manual focus if you want to, you know, really tweak it out. But all in all, a really great lens, I think, especially for somebody that wants to do street photography, wants to do maybe some group shots, wants to do travel or nature photography or landscapes like this. So I want to thank the guys over at Fujifilm for loaning me this lens. It was super fun. It's a great lens. I'll definitely want to add it to my kit. Make sure you guys subscribe to get more videos like this and ring the bell so you get the notifications. And I'll see you next time. Is that an eagle?